I was just thanking all of you for being here. Today, in the times of Corona and the lockdown that we are all experiencing, there are so many different kinds of webinars that one can do, or probably have some very interesting time with family and at home. But you have all chosen to be here with us. So deep gratitude to all of you, and thank you for acknowledging the messages that we sent and being willing to participate over here. So today's session is the first of the series of the six series session that we have, and the six sessions that we have is a journey towards self-love. Now, most of you would wonder that why are we having a session on self-love? Of course, we all love ourselves, and why would somebody need to speak and teach us about self-love? Simple things like, are you getting enough sleep? Are you eating junk food, working and still hating the job that you do? In times of lockdown like this, doing everything in the house around and still hating or cursing or blaming for not being supported enough or feeling too tired because of what's going around you. And the list is endless. And this session is about those ifs and buts associated with such behaviors. We believe that when we love ourselves, our life is very different. And to be able to create that difference, there are a series of six sessions that is focusing on discovering about the authentic you, or rather, discovering the journey towards self love. I'll just share my screen. I would like to show you what we have for the six sessions. So today's session is about discovering you, and the discovering you is the entire journey. And the session that we have today is about limiting beliefs. The next session that we have, the coming Saturday, is a session on deservability. The next Saturday, the session that we have is on deservability. It's about deservability and success. The week after that, we have a session on embracing change, being able to get comfortable with change. The session week later, so this is an every Saturday 2-hour session. So the third week is a session on relationship, feeling valued and supported. So during again these times of Corona, we've also been seeing and hearing about how relationships have really bonded strongly, or relationships are actually getting a little sour. So to make sure, or rather to give you some simple tips on how you could deal with difficult people, how you could yourself feel valued and respected and supported, this session, the week 3, is on relationships and managing difficult people. Later on, something that is very beautiful and one of my personal favorites is about forgiveness and letting go. It's about freedom, it's about feeling free. So week 4 is about forgiveness, and week 5 is another session on manifestation, which is, I mean, the name is also so very cute. Can you see? It's called Order from the Cosmic Kitchen. And it is as simple as ask, believe, and receive. So when we talk about the cosmic kitchen, we are talking about the divine, any divine power that you believe in. How do we place our orders, and how do we make sure that we receive? This session is about manifesting our dreams. When I have worked on myself for the last 4 weeks with the various sessions that we created for you, the last session is a culmination of all these 4 topics. So our session is about how you will ask, and how can you make sure that you actually believe what you're asking that you deserve. So hence we come back to the session 1, which is about deservability. So that's how we've created this entire 6 weeks journey starting today. Today is week 0. Any one of you who's interested could reach out either to me or to Pause and Learn, Ankur Bhaiya, or to any of those modes that you have got connected with us, and you could get the details on how you could register for this session. So moving forward with our session, let's begin with our session now. So I know some of you might be driving, some of you might be at home, there might be children around, and in case if I was taking a personal session, physical session in any setup, I would have requested you all to keep your mobiles away. In fact, what I do is I actually create a detox zone, a mobile detox, and keep all the mobiles there, because mobile is a big source of distraction. But today I know that there are some of you who must have logged in through using the mobile, or probably have logged in through the laptop and have the mobile next to you. So please make sure that you have this distraction away from you. Children around, there's someone else who's watching TV or playing some music and you don't want to be disturbed, see to it that you're using the headphones, because today's session is valuable. It is a session which is a session for you. So every moment of today is your me time. This session is about you, and this session is for you. Hence the request of keeping distractions away, because I want you to be with yourself all throughout the session. If you please make sure you have some notebooks and pens along with you so that you can take down some small notes, which I will shortly be asking you to do some reflection on, something to think about. There will be a lot of reflective moments and a lot of questions. In case if you are comfortable, you want to ask a question, the chat box is open. You could please ask your questions and or share your reactions as well. And please be available for the entire session. We will be taking 2 hours time. Please be available for the entire session. The entire structure of this program has been intentionally created, and the flow is created keeping in mind how the entire program is building up. So please be present for the entire session. Now, before we actually merge into the session, I would like to take you through a small guided meditation. In case there are some friends who are driving and listening, please make sure you park your car aside, or the alternate request is don't participate in the meditation, just listen to it. Just listen, because I don't want something else to happen. So just be careful. I'll take you through a small meditation. So kindly make sure that all of you are sitting in a very comfortable position. Feet firmly grounded. Palms facing upwards. Eyes closed. Let your body relax. Breathe in deeply and relax your shoulder. Relax your chest. Relax your stomach, your hips, your thighs, your feet. If there are any thoughts, just observe them and let them pass. Breathe in, breathe out, and be aware of your breath, how shallow or how tense it is. Let it become deeper, fuller, as you further relax. Focus gently on your breath. There is no pressure. As you relax and move on to a deeper space, feel yourself getting calmer. Breathe in calmness. Breathe out all that's not needed. Feel the inner balance. If the mind wanders, bring the awareness back to your breathing. Feel the stillness, the peace. Sense the vastness of the tree, how abundant, how huge it is. Feel your center. This is where you can leave all your worries, leave all your fears, all your plans. Just be yourself, with yourself, open to receive, open to experience whatever the day has to offer. Breathe in and open yourself. Breathe out and let go everything that's limiting you. Breathe in and receive. Now become aware of your breath. Come back into this room. Come back to this space. Get conscious of where you are and where you're sitting. Let the awareness spread to the entire body. And when you're ready, gently open your eyes. Very gently open your eyes. Okay, are we all back? Are we feeling relaxed? Are we feeling really calm? May I have some reactions from the participants or something from the chat, please, so that I know that you're all back. So now let's move on to the program. Yeah, I can see. Thank you all so much. Yes, you're all back. Thank you. Galaxy S10, the name's not changed. I can see the Galaxy S10 is.
In fact, Kavitha Didi, please, I'm just interrupting. I'm sorry. There are 4 Galaxy A7, J5, J7, S10. There is someone who has put the name Classic. I really believe there must be a classical name to you. So please do rejoin by your, with your complete name. I cannot change your name. You have 2 options, and this is the last appeal. You in the chat window, you can confirm us your complete name with, like in Galaxy J7 Core, you are saying that you're comfortable. It is good, but please share your name in the chat window with us that I am so and so from this country. Or the second option is you can leave the meeting and join immediately with your complete credentials. Otherwise, after 10 minutes from now, maximum 10 minutes, I will be as a host removing you from the meeting. And I'm unfortunately saying this, Zoom does not allow you to join back if the host removes you. That means there is some discrepancy. So I'm again humbly repeating and requesting last time, please share your names with us in the chat window or else leave and join again. Thank you so much. Kavitha ji, over to you.
Yeah, so Galaxy J7 Core, Zara Mirza has mentioned her name. So thank you so much, Zara, for acknowledging the request. So request the others also to kindly share your name. So you need not exit out. Ankur Bhaiya has given another option. You could please type in your name in the chat itself. That tells us who you are. Thank you. So thank you all. So let's move. And yeah, so Galaxy S10 is Rakshita Shetty. Thank you, Rakshita. So moving on, can anyone share what do you think? The program name is called as Discover the Authentic You. Can anyone share what do you understand by the word authentic? What does authenticity mean to you? Thank you, Saifuddin ji. Thank you so much. So what does real mean, Chandrima? Thank you for the response. So what does authentic and appropriate? Somebody says appropriate. Demand of the soul. So what does it mean? Demand of the soul. What is real? What is appropriate? So when you say truthful, so when you say appropriate, it brings into the mind appropriate to the environment, appropriate to you, genuine. What is genuine? Being yourself, the essence of who we are, what we really are beneath the layer. Wonderful. Beneath the layer we put onto the world. Yes. Yes. So wonderful. So we have the answers. The true us. Yes. Being authentic is about being the true you. No mask. Yes. So many a time, so moving forward, many a times we hear authenticity, like I got some terms like truthful and real, genuine, not manipulative. So when you talk about being equivalent to honesty, authenticity is equivalent to equated to honesty many a times. Now, how different is being honest and how different is being authentic? So when people said removing the layers of the mask, layers that we are, there is no mask. This is the true us, the call of our soul, the real person that we are, our inner and outer self. How different is that from being honest? What is the difference between honesty and authenticity? Okay. Original, somebody says original. So are people thinking what is the difference between honesty and authenticity? Or I mean, what is it? Is it the thing authentic is being you, not fake? Honesty is a feeling, and authenticity is a mindset. Okay, so honesty may be a feeling, authenticity may be a mindset, but how do you express? How do you express honesty differently, and how do you express authenticity differently? Honesty is when you don't lie, and authentic is to be unique. Okay, honesty is being true. Then what is being authentic? Honesty is the way of life. Being true to yourself is honesty. So actually, if honesty is being true, then Dr. Deepa Shetty, so honesty is being true. So what is being authentic? Authentic is also about being true. So what does it mean to be genuine and real? I actually want to get that small difference that exists between authenticity and being honest. Honesty is being true, and authenticity is without a facade. But when you say you're without a facade, aren't you being true, Dr. Anna Jain? Okay, so let me put a pause to this and let me just bring into perspective what actually is the difference between authenticity and being honest. Authenticity is about speaking. Hear me out. Authenticity is about speaking, feeling, behaving the way you truly feel. Of course, you have all written these answers, but there is also an and. And so authenticity is about speaking, feeling, behaving exactly the way you feel, and still being mindful about how it makes you feel and makes the opposite person feel. You are not speaking only the truth, but you are also aware about how the truth is landing on the other person. And while it is landing on the other person, you are also mindful to see that it does not create an opportunity for a negative emotion in the other person and also in yourself. So let me give you an example. So basically what we're saying is I want to be authentic, but I want to make sure that I don't create any toxicity. So yes, authenticity is about being genuine. So we're trying to understand what is that small part that makes us genuine. So genuine, I can be genuine to myself, but then I am also mindful and conscious about whether my genuinity is harming the other person. So that is where the small difference between authenticity and honesty lies. So let me just give you some examples. Being authentic is about being aware what you want. There's a clarity about what you want. And while you are working towards it, you are also making sure that you're not hurting anyone or yourself or others. So let me give you an example. Suppose my son watches TV the entire day. Suppose my son is sitting on the mobile the entire day. Now, I don't, so when I see him doing that, I'm getting a little upset. I am upset. There's some negative emotion which has come in me. And while I am talking to him, I'm conveying to him, I might get angry, I might go and shout at him, and I might tell him that I don't want you to do this. You're all the time sitting and watching TV, and you are not doing anything else. You're just on the mobile, you're just on the TV. I am actually being honest. I'm genuinely talking about what I see. I'm being true about what I'm seeing, and I'm also feeling upset about it. So I'm expressing it out with my body language. However, while I am doing this, I am also creating reactions in my son. He also, in return, gets upset. He will start defending because I am blaming him, I am making him wrong. And when he starts defending and starts saying something to me, the relationship between the two of us gets toxic. In addition to that, I actually have not conveyed to him what about him being on the mobile or what about him being on the TV all the time is upsetting me. When I talk about authenticity, I am actually reaching down to that space and I tell him about how I feel hurt that the time is getting wasted, or how I feel that health impacts are there. And it's not about TV or it's not about the mobile, it's a concern that I have about how he is managing himself, which is bothering me. And I leave it open to him. I give him a choice saying that is there a different way of how you could be spending your time rather than shouting, blaming, and accusing him of being wrong. In this way, I have given an opportunity to express what I'm truly feeling. I am showing concern. I am not showing anger because the anger is coming from concern. But the way I spoke to him initially, my son could not see the concern. Instead, what he saw was my anger, and hence he responded to that anger. But in reality, what I wanted to convey to him was the concern. So the second time, when I'm being authentic, I have been able to speak to him from a space of concern. And when I speak to him from a space of concern, I myself, within myself, will not go through as much of negativity as compared to the previous expressions. And because I'm speaking from a space of concern, I get a reciprocation of a different kind. So let me give you another example. Let's say, okay, now the wife comes. So to the men over here, the wife comes, she's brought a new dress, and when you're out for your party, she's now coming and she's worn that dress and she comes and asks you, how does she look? And for you, you think that it doesn't look good at all, whatever she has purchased. Now, if you're trying to be truthful to it and say what you have gone and bought, and ये अच्छा नहीं दिख रहा, ये तो कैसे लग रही हो तुम यार, कुछ और जाके पहन कर आओ. You've been truthful and you want her to change her set of actions, but then in reverse you will get तुमको तो कुछ अच्छा ही नहीं लगता जो मैं करती हूँ, तुमको तो हमेशा मेरे कपड़ों से तकलीफ रहती है. Instead, so I'm scared, I'm worried about that. So I'm actually feeling that she doesn't look good. But now I'm also thinking that if I tell this to her, she's going to feel bad about it. Hence, I just say, अरे यार झगड़े में नहीं पड़ना है या बात को बढ़ाना नहीं है. Best let's say, अच्छी लग रही हो, it's good, you look nice. But then you're not being authentic because you have said something which you really don't feel, and at the same time You are saying that just to mask, you masked your feeling because you're worried about how the other person is going to feel. So while you have taken care of the other person's feeling, you have actually not taken care of yourself. And that is where the definition of authenticity again gets affected. Instead, I can proudly say that maybe that other dress or that other sari that you had purchased last time, that looks much better. Or maybe you can say, I think that the other pattern that you had, that pattern looks, so you're not saying that she looks bad or this doesn't look good on you, but you speak something else which is truthful. But बीवी तो बीवी है, छोड़ेगी नहीं. ये तुम सीधे बात नहीं कर सकते क्या? तुमको तो बताओ मैं इसमें अच्छी लग रही हूँ कि नहीं लग रही. She will insist, and now I have to say something. So what I could just say probably is, maybe I like you better when you are wearing that color or when that pattern or that sari or that material. I would prefer that more than what you are wearing today. In this sense, you have actually conveyed to her that you like something else more than what currently she is wearing, and at the same time you have taken care of her being, I mean, you reduce the intensity of saying you don't look good in this, and you have also heard to your own feelings about expressing the truth. वाइफ तो वाइफ है. अच्छा, सीधा सीधा नहीं बोल सकते ये अच्छा नहीं दिखता मुझे. She will come back with some response like that. Remember, when you are authentic, you are also giving the space for someone else's authenticity or genuine feelings. Or being authentic allows you or makes you give space to that other person's authenticity. She may cry, she may be silent, she may not speak to you for some time. Allow her that for some time. Allow her that for some time, because the feeling, the hurt, or the upset that is happening to her is genuine. Allow her to be in that space for some time and then come back. Now, that is called being authentic. So, when we talk about being authentic, what we are actually saying is authenticity is a daily practice of letting go of who we are, who we think we are supposed to be, and embracing who we actually are, and also being mindful of our actions on others and the surrounding, and of course myself, my own self. So authenticity is about letting go of who you think we are supposed to be and embracing who we truly are, we actually are, and being mindful of the impact of your actions on others and the surrounding. So all your responses combined together with additional of this point. So you were partly right when you said authenticity is about not having a mask, or authenticity is about being true. But the part that was additionally missing was, am I being mindful of that other side? And now this is exactly where the next part of our session lies, being mindful of the other part. So before I move ahead, are we good to go? Is there any questions on authenticity and honesty or anything that you want to ask at this point? If there's anything, somebody could, anyone who has a question could send me a chat. Okay, good to go. So we move ahead.